How's it going, YouTube? JamieTheKid00 here, coming to you guys with the Tempest Dragunity deck profile that a few people have been asking for. Now that I finally have a hold of my Tempests, now that the new set is out. I've forgotten exactly what I was going to say about this deck now. I'm quite happy with the way this has been performing. Sadly, it is trying to perform against a format that's really difficult to play against. It's in the format of Elemental Dragons and Prophecy, so this isn't something that I would be playing on the competitive level, but it's definitely something that I was testing on Dueling Network a couple of months ago when the Elemental Dragons were announced. And I've only recently managed to finish, of course, the physical deck. The only thing that was stopping this deck being good before Tachyon Galaxy came out was the fact that you couldn't search out Dragunity Armor Mistletoe. Now Tempest allows you to do that, and that is why this deck is so much better with Tempest. So we're just going to get into the deck profile. I can't really talk too much about it because I haven't been able to play it much recently, because now I'm still in my exam period, so I'm quite busy. But I figured I'd at least build the deck of what I've been testing on Dueling Network at least, and show you guys the list I've been testing, so you guys can go and have a go with it. And if you go check some of my Dragunity combo videos, which you can find on my channel, they'll show you some of the basic combos you can kind of pull off with the deck. So let's get into it. Play 3 copies of Dragunity Phalanx. We still play 3 copies of this. Yes, it is searchable with Tempest and with Ravine, but the idea is you usually want to try and draw it and ditch it off of Ravine or ditch it with Cards of Consonance, so it's not really that much of a dead draw in and of itself. You kind of almost want to draw it. Then we play 3 copies of the card which starts all of the combos, 3 Dragunity Ducks. You ideally want to open this in every hand that you ever play, or open a way to fetch it, because this card opens up every play that you make with this deck. Then we play 3 copies of Dragunity Armor Mistletoe. Basically, for those of you who haven't watched my combo videos, Ducks with Phalanx engraved plus this in hand is game. Long story short, as long as your opponent doesn't have a way to stop you. And I mean, in the current format, Veiler isn't played and Maxi isn't mained, so usually game 1 you'll be able to win out if you have that play, and as long as you have an ability to remove your opponent's back row. And this deck can remove quite a lot of back row quite efficiently. And it has a few recovery plays, so it can play out of certain situations. Continuing on, then I play 1 Dragunity Armor Leviathan because of the Trident Dragion OTK, because there's a variant which allows you to use Trident Dragion, and also because this is basically a 1-card Trident Dragion drop if you have Phalanx engraved. So that is the Dragunity component. I believe that's only 10 Dragunities, but that's all you need. For the non-Dragunity monsters, you play 2 copies of Garuda the Wind Spirit. This is a really old card from Labyrinth and Nightmare. Basically, you play this because it's a wind monster, so you can abuse it when you've got your Vadriana, bringing back your Phalanxes, so you can make 2 Vadrianas. And also, this comes into its own because while you're making that 2 Vadriana play, you'd ideally want to try and banish your Tempest that's in the graveyard with this card to summon it, and therefore trigger off Tempest's effect to search. So it's a really good card all round. It has quite a few variable uses, so I really like it in the deck. We then play 1 Zephyros and 1 Mist Valley Baby Rock. These are for abusing with cards like Dragunity Ravine and Dragunity Gayderg. So, I believe it's Gayderg. Yes, Gayderg. And it's just really, really good in combo. I play... This, however, causes me to need to play 1 extra dragon in my extra deck, simply because it's a Winged Beast tuner, therefore you can't make your Vadrianas and your Gaydergs with it, so you got to remember that when you're playing this. You can only make the Orient Dragon that I play to continue your combos, but otherwise it gives you more free plays. And then, finally, the last few monsters I play are the big dragons in the form of 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal, because why not? And then 2 copies of the newly released Tempest Dragon Ruler of Storms. This card brings everything in this deck to life. It's absolutely incredible. Go test the deck out and you'll see exactly why. So that is the monster lineup. The rest is all accompanying spells to make sure your plays go off correctly. So we play 1 Reborn, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Storm. Simple one-offs, and then the Avarice to kind of recover your plays if anything were to go wrong. That's the 3 one-offs. The rest are all 3-ofs or multiples at least, like maxed out. We then play 3 copies of MST to remove your opponent's back row because we want our plays to go off. We then play a further 3 copies of Night Beam. I'm missing 2. I ended up trading mine off, so I need to get more in. We then play 3 copies of Night Beam to do exactly the same thing. And this is really effective against Mermail and against some Prophecy sets. So it sorts out your, it removes your opponent's T-Roars and Fates without allowing them to chain them. Then this is basically all draw power now. Play 2 copies of Pot of Duality, just to get all of our combo plays into our hand as soon as possible. 2 copies of Cards of Constance. I was playing 3, but I found the 3 was a bit much, so I ended up cutting, and it was making me 41, so I ended up cutting the 1 Cards of Constance to make the deck 40, and it's flowed a lot better since. Then I played 3 copies of Gold Sarcophagus. Now that we have Tempest, this basically makes Tempest into a rotor for any Wind Dragon, and your deck is mostly Wind Dragons. So in playing Gold Sarc, you can literally just Gold Sarc for a Tempest, remove it from play, and then immediately get to search for one Wind Dragon type monster from your deck. So perfect. And then you can just Sarc for other things if you have a really stally hand. Then we play 3 copies of Terraforming to search out our 3 copies of Dragon Ravine. I thought it was Dragunity Ravine, my bad. But yeah, Dragon Ravine basically means all of your combos are going to go off. Ideally, you want to have this to combo off, and you usually will have it before you combo off because it's the main way to search into your Dragunity Ducks to make your plays. So Ravine is, in my opinion, the best spell in the deck. Tempest being the best monster, but this is the best spell by far. That is the main deck, and then the extra deck is really kind of a bit of a hash job. It was just put together to facilitate the OTK and put in a few other kind of fun plays, but it functions well. It allows you to do all the OTKs that I've shown in my videos, I believe, so it's pretty cool. Let's get into it anyway. We play 3 copies of Dragunity Knight Fadriana. This is your main combo piece. It basically allows you to loop your Phalanx, so Fadriana is amazing. It also allows you to do the level 8 ladder that you will have seen a lot of players do with their old Dragunity decks. I should also point out this is a 14 card extra deck because I am missing 1 card. Then I play 1 Dragunity Knight Gaydarg. This is essential for your combo plays going off. It just adds your the wing beasts like Zephyros and Baby Rock to your hand to immediately ditch them and then use their effects. So Gaydarg. Orange Dragon, you can make this to remove an opponent's synchro monster off the board while you're going off to remove an obstacle. But its main use is also to be another dragon that's also generic to make your Hieratic Dragon King of a Tomb. If your opponent, you come into some situations where you use Baby Rock, and all of these guys need Dragon Tuners, this guy doesn't, so that's the main reason I play it. And then for level 8s, when you're playing the ladder game, you play 1 Thought Ruler and 1 Stardust. The Thought Ruler is a deck dev target, because I would deck dev and Eradicator the target. I side Eradicator with this deck, so, because Prophecy is horrible to play against with this deck. But these 2 are just kind of in there when you've only got the standard Ducks play. And then 1 Trident Dragon because it's an OTK in and of itself when you're able to clear your opponent's board, so it's crazy good. That's it for the Synchros. Then for the Xyz, we play 1 Lightning Chidori because you can occasionally make it with Ducks and Garuda, and it's a really good card for clearing your opponent's board if you've managed to make another OTK play, or if you have like Bouncer and your Bouncer and Red MD, which is one of your starting plays. So he's really good. Then we play 1 Photon Strike Bouncer because it's a 6 and it's really good to make when you're going first, because you can accompany it with a Stardust Dragon and it's almost impossible to get past. Then we play 2 copies of Hieratic Dragon King of a Tomb. A Tomb basically means all of your combo plays are going to go off. And then we play this is meant to be 2 copies of Gaia Dragon, but I'm not sure what's happened to my second one. I haven't seen it since my wind-up deck, so I really need to find it. And then the last card we play is the newly released number 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. So yeah, that is the deck. That is Tempest Dragunity. I'm going to go to work. I'm putting together an Elemental Dragon deck profile for you guys, even though I'm going to have to proxy the extra deck because I don't have any Draco Sacks, but meh, it'll be the main deck. You guys can have a look at that. And otherwise, yeah, I think that's about everything I want to say about this. I hope you've enjoyed. This has been Jamie the Kid 00, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.